We're live. Turn it up. Clock it down. Feel the rush. Every shot, every frame, we stand. Welcome to the show. It's in your hands.
Hey everyone, welcome to the very first video on my new channel, Enlightened Trades. My name is Brent, and I'm excited to kick this journey off with you today. If you're interested in learning how to navigate the markets with clarity and timing and a long-term perspective, you are in the right place. This channel is all about approaching trading with intention and awareness, combining market structure, cycles, and mindset so you can trade with conviction instead of emotion. I'll be sharing the same strategies and principles I use myself, breaking down market behavior in a way that's simple, practical, and repeatable. One of the core pillars of my approach is the idea of using quarters of the year to determine entry and exit points. Each quarter represents a unique psychological shift in the market. By aligning trades with these natural cycles, I found that timing becomes clear, decisions become easier, and the noise becomes a lot less distracting. Over time, the market reveals rhythms, and that's what I'll be teaching here at Enlightened Trades. And since today is January 6th, 2026, we're at the very start of the brand new year and the first week of quarter one. So it's the perfect time to talk about the one market everyone is watching right now, and that's the crypto market. 2026, I believe, is going to be an epic year. This is going to be huge. This year is going to be huge. The big picture, I believe, 26 is going to, for the crypto market, especially, going to be great. We're coming out of a period of consolidation. The fundamentals are stronger than ever, and adoption in the crypto market is accelerating in ways that are hard to ignore. When you combine that with the natural cycles of quarter one, where new capital enters the market and early trends begin to form, we're set up for something potentially historic. So if you're ready to trade smarter, understand the bigger picture, and ride these major cycles with confidence, make sure to subscribe and follow along. This year is going to be huge, and I'm looking forward to breaking it all down with you every step of the way. Right now, we're looking at the Bitcoin chart. Okay, and I'm gonna. So again, I talked about how my strategy deals mainly with the quarters of the year. So we have quarter one that starts in January 1st, quarter two, April 1st, quarter three, July 1st, and quarter four, October 1st. So I break it down, and to just quickly and briefly show you, kind of what I do, and try to make sense of all the lines and everything on this chart. I'm gonna start with the blank chart. I'm gonna do Solana, and we'll start with Solana, and I'll quickly just show you how I break down the chart, and then we're gonna take it step by step on how to read the chart after it is broken down. Okay. So the first kind of step that I do is I find the all-time high, which is here. So the current all-time high is right there. The previous all-time high, which is important, in this case, because as we break it down, it will be important to see the previous all-time high, and that is right there. And you'll see, but I'll delete it eventually. Okay, so what I do is I will go and mark out. I'll usually go out back a year and a half, and I'll start marking out the quarters. Okay, so fairly simple. Let's go back to October of 2023, right? So we'll go find October 1st of 2023. And w- even though this is crypto, you could do this with anything. By the way, you can do this with the stock market, indexes, metals, any asset that you like to buy. This it's the same process. The difference between um, the stock market and of course and the crypto market is crypto market is open all the time. So the stock market, the first of the quarter, it might be the first of the day, first day of the month. It could be the second or third or whatever. It's the on the stock market. It might be the first day. It might be the second day of the month, the third. It's whatever the first day that the stock market's open after the beginning of the next quarter. Okay, so let's start October 1st, January 1st, there. And then April 1st, July 1st. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward. I'm going to finish the rest of these, and but we'll have it done. So, bing. Okay, once I get all of the quarters marked out of the year, then I go back and I mark the high and low of each quarter. So just to quickly, briefly show you that, go to this is quarter four, and I don't really pay attention to the years. I just mark quarter four low, quarter four high. This is the low of quarter four right there. Boom. And quarter four high. Boom. It's right here. And we'll go to quarter one. Quarter one low is here. And quarter one high is here. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, but I'm going to mark the rest of these quickly and we'll do it. All right. Now we got all of those. Now we're going to go back and we're going to review each one of these, okay? So and then as so liquidity, people don't know this, but liquidity is built up by quarters and it's by the low and the high of each quarter. And so the algorithm, it it creates liquidity by the quarter, right? So that's when, you know, we'll have a low of the quarter, and that is more significant than a swing low within the quarter. Although that could be the low, right? Like here, this is the swing low, right? But really, what the reason we came down here is because of this last quarter's low. Okay, so the algorithm is designed to create highs and lows, which um, create a liquidity pool, and then from that pool is where kind of where price is determined to go. Okay, it's more complex than that, but this is that's as simple as you can put it currently. Okay, so 2023 quarter four we had a low and then we have a high, and as we go through here I'll just kind of show you. So we had a low. We've never been back, by the way, to this low, $20. Okay, and I don't think we'll ever will go back. But we did create a low there, and then we created a high for quarter four. Quarter one, we start, we come down, we create a low, and that's at $78. We've never taken that out. Okay, but we did come back, and in quarter one, we took out this high. So this liquidity now, this liquidity pool is gone. So I'm going to delete this high. Okay. We come up here, and by the way, that's why I'm keeping this high currently as we go through there. This was the all-time high. Okay. As it when it gets taken out, then I will delete it. as we review this. Okay, so quarter two, well, this is quarter one, we created a high. Quarter two, we created a high, and we created a low. No liquidity was taken. The high wasn't taken, the low wasn't taken. Let's go to quarter three. So quarter three, what happens? We come and we make another high, but we do not take out the previous two quarter highs. Okay, so that means there's quite a bit quite a bit of liquidity up here. So what do? We come, we take out the previous quarter's low. Okay, so now we can delete this one. So, but we do make a low here. Okay, next quarter, make a low. That low is still intact. And we go, and what do? We take out all of these, the liquidity for all three of these quarters and the all-time high. We took all of those out in this quarter. So quarter 4 of 2024. So now we can delete all of these. And we make a high. Okay. What are we going to do? Next quarter, we start. We still have the quarter that's intact, or the low that's still intact. Quarter 4. We go up, boom. We take out this high, so that we can get rid of that. We make the newest high, all-time high right here. Quarter 4 or quarter 1 of 2025. Then we come and we take out this liquidity and this liquidity. And actually, by the way, no. We did take out this liquidity here. We took out that, but we make a new low. We didn't take that out in this quarter. What happens? We wait until the next quarter, and then we take out both of those. Make a new low. Oops. Made a new low here. Quarter 2. Make a high. Where we're going? Oh, we did take this out, but that ended up not being the high of the quarter. This ended up being the high of the quarter. So we have some liquidity here, some liquidity here. We did come down. This was the low of quarter 3. Took that out. And where we're going here, we make a new low here. So my personal opinion, okay, this is not financial advice. My personal opinion is I believe we will come back down and take out the last quarter's low at a minimum. I do think there's a possibility we come back down, take out 95. Do I think we're going to take out 78? I personally don't think we're going to go that low. But we could. We could easily go that low. There's an example where we made a low, took out this low, we made another low, and what do we do here? Next quarter, we take out this low, right? Off to the races. Okay, so Solana, that kind of gives you an idea of where I think we're going to go. Down. I think we're going to make one more swipe down. And then after we take out this liquidity, possibly this liquidity, then we will shoot for all of this liquidity. That's my personal opinion. Okay, so let's go now to the Bitcoin chart. So now you understand where kind of my where I come from on the quarters of the year, and how I determine this will kind of give you an idea of where we're gonna go. And I'm gonna as I go through this, I will delete some of these lines, but it's just easier to kind of talk through price action as we go through this. Okay. All right. So this is 2022. All right. Came down. We made a low. This is quarter three of 2022. We make a low. Okay, so we have these two lows. Where do we go? So this is kind of why I think we have another leg down. Is we make two lows. We have some liquidity here. We go up. There's a you know candle closes above the previous high, and once we have that, then we have another low. Take out this liquidity, so I'm gonna delete these lines. Okay, create a low, another low. This is a bottoming formation, and from a technical analyst perspective, we retested these highs, and I mean, here you can tell we had this is a wonderful bottoming formation. I mean, from let's just take it from here to here. That's 640 days. It took us, over 640 days to break this last high. This is a pretty strong bottom that we have in here. So we make these lows, and look at, like, this is an example of where we had these lows, but we never came down and took this liquidity out. So at a certain point, we will have a bottom in, and then we won't we won't technically return to those that liquidity, because at a certain point, essentially, I'm just going to show you on the RSI. Let's go to the weekly. At a certain point, sorry. Look at the RSI here. It's well on the weekly is well below um, the 20 mark. So highly oversold here. Okay. All right. Go back to the daily. Let's go back here. Sorry. Okay. So we make a low. I didn't mark on the highs up here, but we did make a high, and then we came up, took out that high, and came down, made another low here. But we never did take it out. See that? Make a low. This is, I'll just remember, September 23rd. Okay. Now, as we went up, sorry, we can take off this one because we took out that low. As we are going up, we made, and this is why I kind of want to point this out, because it's pretty significant. So, January 2024, quarter one, we made a low, and we made a high. Next quarter, we made another high, or we made a high, but it never took out the previous high. The next quarter, we made another high, but we never took out the previous two highs, right? Came down, we took out quarter two's low, and then we're off to the races. So we can get rid of this one because we took out that liquidity, and then we took out all of this liquidity here and made a new high. Okay, so I'm just going to delete these three. So there's three highs that were taken out. Now look at this. It's kind of crazy. We made a new high. Okay, we still have this low. This quarter, I forgot to mark this low. It's quarter one low. Right there. Okay. So we made a high, and then we made a new high. So that's one. Made a low, made a new low. So technically these two can be taken out. Okay. Then we come up, we make a new high. So that's one high, one brand new all time high, two brand new all time highs, three brand new all time highs. Which means I could take this one out. We still have the low here. Come up four all time new highs. We could take that out and that one out. And or because of this one, five all time new highs in five different quarters. One, two, three, four, five. In five consecutive quarters, we made new highs. Isn't that crazy? It's amazing. We did take out this low now. We created a new low in quarter four. So we have the quarter two and the quarter four low that we have not taken out. Okay. So same thing with Solana. I do believe that we're going to have a swipe down. I think that we'll take out this low, and we possibly could take out that low. I don't know. Now, one of the things that I like to do, ICT teaches this, is standard deviations, right? So you take the swing low to the swing high, and you just take the lowest low, right? So in this cycle right now, the lowest low was here. So swing low to swing high, standard deviations. Just go from here to here, and typically price will go up to the 2.2 to 2.5 deviations. So what did we have? Even when we got close to here, it still didn't reach it. But what happened right here? Quarter four, we stabbed into the 2 point deviation, and we come back. We come back down. We have a significant pullback. Okay, I don't think we're done. I think we have just a little more to go, and then once we take out this here, this liquidity here, then we can go. We can do the same thing on the way down. We can go standard deviation from the swing high to the swing low. Let's just see where we're at. I like to mark these with um, a rectangle just to show. So from a technical point of view, okay, standard deviation. Let's put it right. Let's get a little closer. I mean, we so 80,568.26, and the low on this was 80,559. So we from a technical point of view, standard deviation, we actually hit this box. Is it enough? Maybe. Maybe it's enough. And maybe we are off to the races and we will never see this low taken out. Maybe. I mean that is a possibility. I just personally think that we good chance we come back down one more time. Now, I from let me be clear here. If you're not exposed to this market and you want to be, okay, this is not financial advice, but if you're not exposed to this market and you want to be, we're at discounted prices here. If you're waiting, if you're waiting for it to get down to 58, I don't think it will ever get down to 58 anymore. I think we're close. We're very close to a bottom and creating a bottoming structure here. I think this will be a double bottom. In a double bottom, doesn't have to be perfect, right? But this will be a close to a double bottom, and then we're going to be off to the races. And so once we hit the 2 to 2.5 deviation, ICT teaches that the next spot we get to is the 4 to 5, which would be 176. So Bitcoin, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we're done with Bitcoin," but I personally believe our probably next stop is 176. We can kind of also, if we do make a new low, we can kind of go off of there and pull another fib. But as a sign of confirmation, if this was the low, right? Swing high or swing low to swing high, the 2 deviation, 2.5 deviation is 191. So that's why that's just a confirmation that if this is indeed the low here, then I have a, I think we have a pretty good chance of making it into this green box here. Okay. The other thing is, so like, I've dollar cost averaged long time ago in Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies that I um, invest in. Uh, my biggest holding is XRP. Bitcoin is close. I do have some Ethereum, and then I have a handful of many other ones that I do. So these, technically, this most of these here, starting at Jasmy, I have small percentages of all of these that make up my portfolio. But enough that, and I've dollar cost average. I've been dollar cost averaging for a long time. My XRP holdings, I got in when it, I think my base cost is like 44 cents for my XRP, which is perfect timing. We can kind of review XRP right now too. With XRP, it is a little different than Bitcoin. Okay, XRP, we had this low, and we came down and we just drained. XRP had a liquidity event here, right? It came down to a very low mark on Binance. If you can believe it, I think it came down to like 80 cents. It was something crazy. We can get rid of these two liquidity, the last two quarter lows. So with XRP, I do believe that we will come down. I don't. I technically do not believe we will. I think that the low for XRP is in. Okay, and I want to show you on XRP also. So we had the low of this last cycle right here, swing low to swing high, and that put us, you know, into the 3.43 dollars. And what happened? It did it, and then we have a significant pullback. We did make it. So the next stop for, if this is indeed true, next stop is $34 for XRP. Now it's hard to know. I have a bunch of other stuff marked on my charts here, but the 1618, if you take a fib from the high to the low, this is the 1618 is 2027. So, but we won't know. I can get a little closer if this is indeed, I guess, the bottom. We can pull a standard deviation from this low to this swing high here, and that's where we get this $15 to $23 section, and then 79. So lot of room here to guess. I do believe. So if this is indeed the bottom, I think that we have a good chance, minimum making $15, uh, up to $23, and then, but if we do indeed get to the 4 fib spot, it would, we're looking at 34 dollars. So we'll see. This, the way that I approach this is I um, will be de-risking as we go up. Most likely, I'll de-risk some at $10. A majority of my de-risking will happen in this area here. But for me, I will. So I'll say this: I will keep 30%. I most likely I won't even touch 30%, 30 to 40% of my XRP. If it got up to 40 bucks, $34, sorry, then I'll tap into that 30 or 40 percent and sell some of it. But my long term goal for XRP, is well into the hundreds, um, three-digit figures over the next few years, right? So you do want to take some profits, and you don't want to just hold on forever. But you want to take some profits. I'll de-risk as we go, but I will keep I'll keep a bag. Let's look at Ethereum. So same thing with Ethereum, right? We have a low from quarter 3, and quarter 4 we have a low. I think that again we'll swipe down, and we'll make one more low before we go up. If this is indeed the low, swing low to swing high, then we're looking at 7 grand, 7,000. And I think that kind of matches with the previous low that we had, right? Standard deviation, we made it to 2.5. We actually did extend above the 2.5 before we made it, had a pullback. And so the 4 is a 77.05. But I think we have a good chance of getting up in this area. See us, for this next bull run. This is what I would say also, as I believe that this is going to be, and this is one of the reasons I believe it's going to be epic, is um, we're gonna start seeing the government print a lot of money, right? And and when the government prints money, uh, we're gonna we're gonna start seeing that lower interest rates, money, the liquidity of money will be available. Credit cards will, everyone will be trying to give money away, and when that happens, uh, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just telling you that when money flows, a lot of money enters these markets, right? The other thing is, and this is, I actually, uh, to those that I coach, I sent this out a while ago with oil, that I believe when we were up here in the 70s, I sent it out. I believe we're going to get down to the 47 mark. We're going to take out this low. We did take out this low here, so I can delete that. But and we did actually take out this low here. But I don't think we're done. And with the Venezuela thing, I think there's a really good chance that we come down and we take out the 33 low from quarter 4 of 2020. I do not believe that we'll ever get back down to the negatives like we did way back down here, right? But I do think that there's a good likelihood of us taking out quarter 1's low at 47 and quarter 4 low at 33. And so just think about this: the biggest thing that can help inflation, we did take out that low, is one of the bigger things that can help inflation is oil prices. So if oil prices continue to go down, we start printing money. There will be a lot of money enter this market. This last cycle, we never had a true bull run. I know we made all these new highs in Bitcoin, but we never saw a blow off top in Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance, it never dropped below 56. I actually, when for us to have a blow off top, we should start seeing all of this liquidity on the Bitcoin dominance taken out. And once if we take when we take out 49%, it will rapidly go down from there. And what happens is we'll create a blow off top in Bitcoin, and then all that money will start leaving Bitcoin, and it'll flood into the altcoins. Okay, so that's what that's it for today. I do think that this year is going to be amazing for the crypto market. Again, I think we might have some downside in the next little while, next few weeks, before we start seeing some significant runs in the crypto market. But I believe we're close anyhow. Okay. Thanks everybody. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful year. I'm gonna start trying to make as many videos as I can and explain where I think we're going. And I'll start sharing my portfolio and just the trades that I'm making on a daily basis. This is just the beginning. There's a lot coming down the pike, and it's gonna be awesome. Thanks everybody. Love ya. Have a wonderful day.
This is Enlightened Trade.